Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure, and what you're looking at is the 150cc X-treme ATV. Now, there were two things that really disappoint me about this thing. I paid $100 for it, and the first thing that kind of disappoints me and concerns me is as I turn this tire, right, see how the chain is not turning? And I think that's how you put it in forward or reverse, right? I got nothing going on with that. So that makes me think that gearbox is no good and the rear end might be blown. So that's my first disappointment on it. My second disappointment is for the mid-size quads. It's not all that easy to get front wheel drum bearing assemblies. I think I might have found them for like $60 each. So that's another 120 on top of the 100 I put into this, and this thing is no beauty queen to start with. So I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get a ride out of it. This is drifting very quickly toward parts only. But no matter what, I just told you about the bad things. Let's see if we can find some good things about it. Let's see what kind of shape the motor's in. Maybe with the motor running, there's some kind of clutchy situation or one-way drive situation on this. Then I don't see how you get reverse out of it. But anyway, let's see if there is some other situation, and if we can get the engine running. So that's what we'll do. We'll see if we can't make this thing start. Okay, normally what I start with when I'm trying to figure out if a motor's any good, you start by kind of looking at the wiring and seeing what kind of trouble you got. And though it's a little bit messed up, a lot of it seems like it's still there. It's kind of hard to see with this air cleaner, carburetor, all this stuff on here. If I could cut some of these ties and back them off, remove the coil, back it off a little bit. Once again, get this opened up so I can see what's going on. I think I'll have a better idea. Also, if there's any critters living in it, I'll be able to chase those critters away. So I took the carburetor off, and this is a quick dry compression test. So it's just under 100, 93, 94, something like that. Let's try a wet compression test. And here is the wet compression test. So she's coming in around 120. Looks like she's going to start. I'm going to put a carburetor on it, my portable CDI box. I put some oil in it. Let's see if we can't get this thing running. So I picked up a clone carb from eBay, and it looks like it might be the real thing. Right? This is the carb that was on it. And this is the one that I was sent. So that's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, when I was looking at the fit and finish of this carb, I was thinking, boy, it looks like a halfway decent one. And I think it might be a real one. Real Kevin. I think that's how you say it, right? I've been asked where the portable CDI box came from. The idea came from William Statton. He's a YouTuber. I don't think he puts stuff up anymore. Really great guy. He was actually here to visit the ward once. Anyway, so the idea came from him on wiring it up on batteries and so forth. Putting it in one box so that it was portable, that's what I added to the idea. So I want to give Bill his credit, but I also want to take the credit for putting it all in one box and putting a switch on it as my own thoughts. Anyway, so within this box, I got 12 volts worth of batteries, I got a spark coil, I got a 12 volt DC CDI, I got this cool little bat switch, and a bunch of jumpers. The only thing this box needs to spark is a pulse from the engine, and to get that, see this yellow wire with the blue stripe, I hook it to the red, and the red is the input on the CDI, the little CDI unit inside for the pulse generator. Green is ground, and you can see I have black going to ground. I have a second black wire here hooked right to the spark plug, so when I turn this on, and I can tell my batteries are good enough to light up an LED, and if I turn the engine on, you can see it sparks like heck. I put a little better 12 volt CDI box in here. It really puts out a really nice hot spark, which makes it easier to get these things started. Where does this wire come from? This cable, if you follow it back, it's right here. Here's your flywheel. It's behind the flywheel right there, right? See, the whole thing is moving. And that's how I set it up, right? All I have to do is put in the spark plug. Already got the gas tank installed, and we'll see if this thing will start. Okay, I think I got everything hooked up. I'm ready to go. Give it a little of the old Go Juice. Right. CDI box on. And doesn't want to idle. You guys see what I see. So the chain's spinning. It's not turning. So put the handle up. I want to run it for a few minutes, see if the smoke calms down. Notice my back actually that ain't good. Alright, so it starts. I paid $100. What did I get out of it? It appears as if the back tires are pretty good for China tires, so I got those. Got an engine that seems to run. The clutch appears to be good. I got the back suspension seems okay. So I got a back shock. The fronts look okay, and with it sitting right on the ground like that, it's hard to test. Anybody have any experience with these rear ends? I don't. I mean, this handle thing appears to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. So I don't think it's gonna. I mean, my guess is it's stripped out in there. I guess maybe I could take it apart and we could, you know, kind of take this top piece off, kind of look around. What do you guys think, though? I paid $100 for it. Was it a total rip-off? Did I completely get hammered? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what to think. I guess my problem is, for $100, there's probably easily $100 worth of parts here. But I really didn't need a half-worn-out GY6 motor floating around, though. It's always handy to have an extra motor floating around, and it's probably worth the $100. I could use the tires, so that's not a bad thing to have a pair of China tires floating around. The shocks, the back one's good. The front ones, I think are good. Yeah, the front shocks appear to be good. You know what? If the front shocks are good, there's a couple of places I need a set, and if they're the right size, you guys know a set of front shocks could be $60 easily. So I guess I did okay from a parts point of view, but from a let's get this thing out for a ride point of view, it's not serving its purpose. I really bought it as a test bed for GY6 motors. I figured I'd be able to swing them on and off of here and take it out for a ride. But actually, taking 2 minutes to look at it, it is going to be a bit of a bear to swing GY6 motors on and off of here. I can simplify the wiring so that wouldn't be such a nuisance. But between getting the exhaust out of the way and bolting it on and off, squeezing it into the frame, mostly squeezing it into the frame, looks like it would be a pest. I guess you come in from that side and go this way. Anyhow, I'm sure you guys will have some thoughts, and I do appreciate them all. I want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out there and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.